Toys R Us, Blockbuster, Theranos. What if I told you their collapse was 100% predictable 3 years before it happened? And the same warning signs are flashing right now at companies you think are invincible. Here's the truth nobody talks about. If you spot 2 of these 5 warning signs at any company, it's already in serious trouble. Spot 3? Start updating your resume or sell the stock. I'm going to show you the exact patterns that predict failure with scary accuracy, and at the end of this video, you'll never look at companies the same way again. Let's break down the 3-year fail trap. If you're serious about understanding how companies really work, not the PR version, but the real version, hit subscribe. We're building the sharpest business community on YouTube. Warning sign number 1, leadership exodus. When senior executives start leaving in waves, especially to spend more time with family, that's not a coincidence. That's a code red. Here's the pattern. Executives know the problems 12 to 18 months before the public does. They see the internal metrics, the cash flow issues, the failing strategies, and when they smell smoke, they grab their golden parachutes and run. Take WeWork. Between 2019 and 2020, their chief communications officer, chief legal officer, and vice chairman all left within months of each other. What happened next? The failed IPO, the collapse, and Adam Neumann's ousting. The executives saw it coming. According to a study by executive search firm Christ Colder, companies that experience C-suite turnover of more than 30% in a single year have an 80% higher bankruptcy risk within 3 years. So here's your action step. Check LinkedIn. If you see a pattern of senior people leaving, not one person but multiple, start asking questions. 1 departure is normal. 3 to 5? That's a flashing red light. Warning sign number 2, revenue without profit. Warning sign number 2, explosive revenue growth with zero path to profitability. This is the startup darling trap. Revenue is sexy. It makes headlines. Company X hits $500 million in revenue. Investors get excited, but here's what they don't tell you. Revenue without profit is just expensive growth. You're buying customers with investor money, and the second that money runs out, game over. Blue Apron is the perfect case study. They IPO'd in 2017 with $795 million in revenue. Sounds impressive, right? But they were losing money on every box they delivered. Their customer acquisition cost was higher than lifetime customer value. Stock price at IPO, $10. Stock price 3 years later, under $3. Today, they're barely alive. Research from CB Insights shows that 38% of startups fail because they run out of cash, and most of those had growing revenue but negative unit economics. Growing revenue doesn't mean growing a real business. Here's how to spot this. Look at the gross margin and operating margin. If a company is 5+ years old and still burning cash with no clear timeline to profitability, it's a house of cards. Amazon burned cash too, but they had a plan and positive unit economics in core business. Most don't. Warning sign number 3, debt spiral. Number 3, rapidly increasing debt with declining revenue. This is the beginning of the end. Debt is a tool. Used correctly, it accelerates growth. Used incorrectly, it's a noose. When a company starts borrowing more money while making less revenue, they're not investing in growth. They're trying to survive. Toys R Us. In 2005, a private equity firm loaded them with $5 billion in debt. For years, instead of investing in e-commerce or store experience, they were paying $400 million a year just in interest. When Amazon started eating their lunch, they had no cash to fight back. By 2017, debt-to-equity ratio was 95%. 6 months later, bankruptcy. A Harvard Business School study found that companies with debt-to-equity ratios above 60% are 4 times more likely to fail during economic downturns. When the economy sneezes, over-leveraged companies catch pneumonia. How to check this yourself? Pull up the company's balance sheet. Look at total debt divided by total equity. Above 50%, yellow flag. Above 80%, major red flag. And if revenue is also declining, that company is on borrowed time, literally. Warning sign number 4, core product neglect warning sign. 4. The company abandons its core product to chase trends. This is how market leaders become cautionary tales. When a company stops innovating on the thing that made them successful and starts throwing money at unrelated side projects, that's desperation masked as innovation. Yahoo is the ultimate example. In the 2000s, they were the internet portal, but instead of doubling down on search and competing with Google, they bought Tumblr for $1.1 billion, tried to become a media company, launched Yahoo Screen, invested in original content. They did everything except fix their core product. Result, they sold to Verizon for $4.5 billion. They were worth $125 billion at their peak. McKinsey research shows that 70% of corporate diversification efforts fail to create value. Companies that stay focused on their core competency and adjacent markets grow 3 times faster than those that don't. Watch for this. Company announces a bunch of random new initiatives that have nothing to do with their main business. That's not innovation, that's distraction. And distraction is usually covering up the fact that the core business is dying. Warning sign number 5, customer complaints surge. And the 5th warning sign, a sudden spike in customer complaints and negative reviews. This is the canary in the coal mine. When a company starts cutting corners, worse customer service, lower quality products, hidden fees, customers scream about it online. And if management ignores those screams, it's only a matter of time before the customers leave for good. MoviePass, remember them. In 2018, they had 3 million subscribers. Sounds amazing. But then the complaints started flooding in. Showtime's unavailable, constant app crashes, surprise restrictions. They ignored it all. Why? Because their business model was broken. They were losing money on every subscriber. Within 18 months, they went from 3 million users to bankruptcy. According to Zendesk's Customer Experience Trends report, 80% of customers will switch to a competitor after multiple bad experiences, and it takes 12 positive experiences to make up for 1 negative one. When complaints surge, the death spiral accelerates fast. How to track this? Check Trustpilot, Google reviews, Twitter mentions, Reddit threads. If you see a pattern of complaints that are getting worse over time and the company isn't responding or fixing them, that company has stopped caring about customers, which means they've stopped caring about survival. Okay, let's bring this together. Remember what I said at the start. If you spot 2 of these signs, the company is in real trouble. Let me show you why. Leadership exodus plus debt spiral. That's a company where the smart people know the ship is sinking and there's no money to fix it. Revenue without profit plus core product neglect. That's a company that's forgotten how to build a real business. These signs don't exist in isolation. They feed each other. So here's my challenge to you. Pick 3 companies you follow, stocks you own, companies you work for, brands you love, and run them through these 5 warning signs. You might be shocked at what you find. If this video changed how you think about companies, smash that like button and subscribe to the Market Ledger. We post deep dives like this every week. No fluff, just the patterns that actually matter. Drop a comment and tell me, which company do you think is showing these warning signs right now? I read every single comment, and the best ones become future videos. And if you want to go even deeper, watch this video next where I break down the exact financial metrics that predict company success. See you in the next one.